Hi guys, planning for Christmas. I know, I am fully aware that it is February. But in fact, I did actually intend on getting this video up and made in January, but I was still catching up from having a Christmas break and work and all that kind of stuff, so it's delayed. So it's actually not as early as I originally planned it to be. So you probably think I am crackers, batshit crazy, all that kind of thing for talking about planning for Christmas, but I am not alone. You guys, I don't know whether you've heard of, some people call it Rudolph Day, some people call it Reindeer Day. I can't remember who it was set up by, but there is such a thing whereby I'll try and link it below if I can find it. If not, just Google it. There was, I don't even know if it still exists, so I could be talking out of my bottom. There was a group that used to produce prompts for something that you could do on the 25th of every month in order to prep and plan for Christmas. So I'm not as bonkers or as early as you perhaps think I am, but still there are lots of things that you can do as early as possible to plan for Christmas. That might be the last thing in the world that you want to think of right now. We've just had Christmas, and so you're like, no, I need a break. But if, like me, you like to get ahead of things, you know, you want to free up more time around the festive season to do more like creative things and family day trips and all that kind of stuff, this will be of interest to you. And also, if you're like me, we're not flush for cash, so it's, for me, budget wise, I like to do things early so that I can spread the cost during the year. And like for us with the Brimbles, come Christmas time is actually one of my worst times of the year for business, because none of you guys want to buy planner stuff for yourselves. You all want to buy Christmas presents for your family and friends. How dare you? So actually, I don't really have that much money at Christmas time, so I need to get ahead of the game in preparation for when it goes dead, work-wise. So I've got a list of things that you can start doing right now or as early as possible to plan for your Christmas time. So the first thing is savings. Savings. Now, I don't put money away in a bank account because I know that there are quite a few times in the year where there's no work come in, like no orders. And they are predominantly school holidays or on the run up to school holidays. Like August is the big one, and orders dry up in July and August because people are saving their money to go away from the school. So I'm desperately skint in those months. And I know that if I had money that I put away throughout the year in a bank account, come like times when you're skint, or if there's times when you're like have no restraint, then I would be delving into that savings account, which is not a good thing because come Christmas I'd have no money. So I don't do a separate bank account. What I do instead is I give some of my money off to a company called Park, and you might have heard of them, Park Hampers, Park Savings, and like the Love to Shop kind of thing. So I don't do the Love to Shop vouchers, but what I do is they have a MasterCard thing. So I give them money every month, like directly every month, and I started it in October and I finish it in October, and so in October I get a MasterCard come through the post to me, which is loaded up with the money that I've given them every month. So I have like a pre-stocked up MasterCard that I use. Now, I am not in any way affiliated with the company. I do not earn any money by recommending them to you. I just am telling you that this is what I do, and I find that really works for us and me. So the money is gone. I can't get it back. I can't get it back until that MasterCard comes in October, and predominantly that is used for Christmas food. If there's anything like Christmas activities that we want to do, Christmas crafts, and getting our Christmas tree and maybe a couple of new baubles, because sometimes always buy a new bauble or two every year because there's some that get broken, blah, blah, blah. And maybe a couple of presents, but that is mainly what we do with that money. Food, you know, we buy more food at Christmas and we have people round and all that kind of stuff, so it just makes more sense. So that's what I do in terms of savings, but also what I do is, are there any little ears listening outside the door? No. What I do is I get a plastic box, you know, the sorts ones, I mean, I can't like show you. A plastic box with a lid, you know, one of them big things that you see outside of like pound shops, those kind of things. Big one. Don't make it transparent. I made that mistake. And I get one of those big plastic boxes, and what I do is throughout the year, if I see things for people that I think they will like something, I will buy it. I will buy it when I see it, especially if it's at a good price, and I put it away in that plastic box. I use my Christmas planner and I write down what I've bought that person, and it goes in the box. And I find that really works for us because it spreads the cost, so that you don't have a massive outlay right at the very end. So it spreads the cost. I also find that it eases the pressure of Christmas shopping nearer Christmas, because you don't have to go out and do loads of shopping when it's really, really busy and you feel really pressured that you've got to buy gifts because you've already got gifts. And I also find, now this is a big thing for me, I also find that a lot of the good stuff gets put away in favour of like gift sets that come out in the shops, and I'm not really a very big fan of gift sets, if I'm honest. I find that they're overpackaged with lots of plastic and stuff, and there's always at least one item in the gift set that you don't really use. There's always something that's like thrown in. Do you know what I mean? I don't know, maybe that's just me. I always find there's something in there that I don't really use or whatever. Like, I love my tea, right? And I mean, John bought me this, and I'm not dissing John because he like tried really hard. He bought me a gift set of, this is not last year, the year before, a gift set of tea, and there's at least 4 flavours in there I didn't like. He didn't know that. He just bought me a nice gift set of tea. But yeah, like I always find there's something in a gift set that you don't really like or enjoy. And I also find that a lot of gift sets, like particularly for men, have got things like golf or fishing or football or that kind of stuff, and the men in my life just aren't into those kinds of sports, so I find it quite difficult to buy the men in my life stuff around Christmas time, whereas I find that during the year I can find lots of things. This goes for everyone, and I find that throughout the year, you know, we go travelling and you go to different places. Like you might go to a National Trust place, there'll be a National Trust gift shop. Those places are brilliant for my mother-in-law to buy gifts from. Like, I don't know, we'll go to Scotland and there'll be some walking shops. Those places are brilliant for John to buy gifts from. Whereas you don't necessarily have exposure to those places with those items in at Christmas time. And yeah, so I just find it really good. I also buy a lot of things from charity shops. If on John's channel, we did a haul for our daughter, book haul and presents of what she got for Christmas. And yeah, I scour charity shops, and there's some really good charity shops near us, and they have books in there, like children's books and adults books, to be fair, that are either new or they look like new. They barely look like they've been touched. And the charity shops in our town, there's one charity shop that sells kids books for 29p and another that sells children's books for 50p. And so whenever I'm in town, I always look in charity shops, and I mean, I'll buy her books throughout the year, and if they're a bit raggedy, she can have them then. But if they look like they're brand new, then I put them away. And also, like, she has a birthday, you know, everyone has birthdays. So I have this, like, one box of gifts where, like, come the birthday, I can pull something out or I can save them for Christmas. So yeah, charity shops, I scour charity shops and like games or DVDs or books or anything like that, anything that looks new and I know that there's someone in my family who would like that, I buy it for them. We are, as a family, very keen on, like, we don't see anything wrong with buying stuff secondhand, like charity shops. It's good for the environment. It, you know, just promotes a lot of good things. So, so yeah, we are totally into that. So that's what I do throughout the year in terms of money and presents. I kind of, you know, I try and buy like one thing a month, at least one thing a month, you know, because by the time we add up like all the family, both sides of family and friends and everything, you know, it's a lot. Although with a lot of my friends, we stopped buying presents and we just have the gift of time, like we go out together. So yeah, that's how I budget, and that's what I do with gifts. I buy throughout the year because it spreads the cost and you find stuff that you like better, all that kind of stuff. Okay, so what else can you do for Christmas? So hopefully, like, I mean, I've still got last year's Christmas cards, like this, that people sent us. I keep those and I cut them up and I make them into gift tags for next year, or I use them as journal cards in my December daily album. So if you've still got those kicking around, you can do that with them. And also, now is a really good time to sort out and just tidy up, spring clean your Christmas planner, go through it, just tidy it all up. It may have gone a bit haywire, a bit crazy. You know, if you pulled any recipes out of magazines or printed them off online, you can like type them up or write them up nicely to put in your planner. You've got the time now to do that. You know, just make sure you know, just basically give your Christmas planner a bit of a spring clean, a bit of a tidy up for your like main usage next year. And that's pretty much it. Oh, I've got to say as well, lots of shops have sales on throughout the year. So buying stuff throughout the year means you can take advantage of some of those sales. Just saying that, added extra. So yeah, is that everything on my list I was going to say? I'm getting old now. I used to laugh at people who used to like, not laugh because that's not nice, but I used to like, okay, ridicule my parents. You know when they used to like take their glasses off to read something, or they used to like do this with a bit of paper backwards and forwards. I used to be like, oh Dad, you're so old. But now I have to do that. I need to go and have my eyes tested really. So yeah, that is it. It's only February, but you can crack on with planning your Christmas right now and enjoy and just feel like superior and smug to other people when they're rushing around in December. What was that? I was going to say goodbye, but then I was going to say, like, what do you do? Do you do planning throughout the year for Christmas? I'd really like to know because I'm a Christmas freak. I love it. So yeah, I would really like to know what you do. Thanks for watching, guys. There's that crazy wavy hand. Bye.